I've just popped the shallots, the golden gourmet, into the cold frame. So there's plenty of growth on now. Looking on the date there, it's the 31st of January, so these have just been in 17, 18 days, and as you can see, it's put a lot of growth on. The main thing is, they put a lot of root growth on, which is what I want. So now by putting them in the cold frame, hopefully that will slow the growth down at the tops. Now they'll know that the roots have taken place. I'm going to have a look at the worm bin. So during the winter I've only been feeding these probably every other week, because they do tend to go quiet really in the cooler weather. When you open the worm bin, just always have a look around the lip around here, see if you can see any escapees trying to get out. To me that usually means one or two things. Either there's no food in there for them at all, or there's something in there they don't like. That could be something as soft as acid food or something. Lift the duvet cover up. As you can see, we've got plenty of activity in there. That's just like a moisture mat, and the actual vermicompost is below that. I'll be lifting that up, shaking them off and putting some more food in for them. This duvet that I use on top, just a normal compost bag filled with shredded paper and stapled, and it does keep a lot of the warmth into the bin, stops it escaping at the top. Let's get these back inside now. One little beauties, and you go. As you can see from there, there's a lot of the food is actually gone, but we can soon rectify that. These are all shredded vegetables in there. I've got some coffee grounds to go on, and also shredded newspaper and breakfast cereal. I put a bit on the cheap stuff and they like that. It's all topped up now. I've just put a bit of shredded paper in there for the brown waste. So one thing to check is make sure it is moist and all, because you don't need to dry out. If it is, just put a bit of a watering can or something on. Anyway, I'm going to put the carpets back on top, then the duvet, and put them back to bed. So if you come across these smaller wheelie bins, well worth keeping on the allotment. I use this one here for keeping my coffee grounds in, and I need to get another supply. I don't know if that'll show pretty well in there, but so it keeps it dry and easy access. I know a lot of you other YouTubers have worm bins and that, but vermicompost has been really good for me this year. I've sown onions in and had quite good germination. The only issue I've had is that drying it out, it does take a long while to dry out. What I do with mine, I harvest like a couple of trayfuls, maybe mushroom trays, line it with a bit of plastic, put the vermicompost in there and just leave it in the greenhouse, but it does take a long while to dry out. The results are quite good. Anybody out there got an idea for drying it out other than like maybe microwaving it or something? I'd like to know. Today I'm going to be growing a shallot from seed called Zabroon. This batch I'll be sowing in a 40 cell tray like this. I've already labelled it up, and as you can see I've got single there. I will be doing one with 2 or 3 seeds in as well. Right, I'm just going to pop this in the Vitopod now to get it to germinate. The temperature in here is set at 21 degrees I think at the moment. That's a bit high really for onions, but I've got chilies and peppers in there and they need the heat. So once as these start showing, I'll be moving them into the big Vitopod, and that's already at 15 degrees. It's about time we got the sweet peas underway. When I came to look for the seeds, the mouse had beat me to them and there were a lot left. But fortunately for me, Andy came to the rescue. I'll put a link to his channel down the bottom here. 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was, Andy was unfortunate for his mum to pass away, and one of her passions was actually growing sweet peas. So in a memory, Andy carried the strain on, and over the last few years I know he's increased these and actually passed them out to other YouTubers. So thanks very much for that, Andy. And I'm going to be sowing Hilda's mix. As you can see from there, there's more than enough to keep me going for this year. But what a lovely reminder here of his mum. And he supplied this card with Hilda's mix off. She looks a lovely lady. So Hilda, we'll be spreading your seeds over in the West Midlands. My usual method of sowing sweet peas, and normal peas for that matter, sweet corn, anything with a hard shell, I like to soak them in water. This is not necessarily, but it does soften the skin, and for me it does aid germination. Well, it's definitely a greenhouse day today, absolutely lashing down with rain. And just looking at the thermometer, it's just touching 9 degrees. That ain't going to stop us though. We've got our sweet peas that we put into soak yesterday afternoon, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at these Hilda's Mix sweet peas. These have been soaking just under 24 hours. As you can see, they've started to split and swell, so I'll be draining those off and popping them into some cell trays. I'm surprised to see how many peas are in there. Really, I could have probably got away with sowing half of these, but start by putting 3 seeds in each cell. Seems quite a lot for the small space, but we've got that many seeds here. I don't use them, put them to waste. There's about 4 or 5 seeds in each tray. Some have got more, some have got less. I haven't spaced them out evenly, I've just put them in there and I'm just popping them down into the depths, and I'll just fill the cell up, top it up, water, and then I'll get on with it. I've just popped the propagator lid on the top of the sweet peas now. I'm just going to leave these in the greenhouse, no heat at all, and hopefully they'll pop up soon. It's nice to have a little surprise, especially at this time of the year when the weather's depressing. So I've just lifted the lid of the Vitopod. Have a look inside. Just pop the lid up. As you can see, the Brassicas have germinated really well. I think it's not far off 100%, that ain't. And they're more than ready now for pricking out, so I'll be doing that next. I'll be pricking the Brassicas out into this 60 cell. It's a root trainer. If you look how deep the cells are, more or less very similar to the traditional root trainers as we know them, like this. The last thing you want is air pockets in the bottom of the cells, so be sure to push the compost right the way down to the bottom. Tray filled up right to the top, levelled off. I've actually put the yellow marking tape on as well, so as soon as I prick them out I'll be sure to mark the varieties, and that will reduce the risk of getting them mixed up. I've just got the tray out of the Brassicas now to give it a bit closer look. Some have come on a bit faster than others. The predominant one seems to be the Calabrese Ironman and also the Cabbage Greyhound. The Crispus sprouts them a bit slow, but that's no problem. These will be going back into the Vitopod as soon as I've picked out the ones I want to start. I'm doing the Calabrese Ironman first. Just pop the cell up from the bottom, grab the leaves, lift it off, put it on the side ready. Be very careful when handling the seedlings because they are tender. You can just prise them apart. You get a decent root ball on the side, if that shows there, okay. What I'm going to do is plant these right quite deep, more or less up to the first seed leaves. Drop it right down, and it goes. Just close the seed like that, and repeat for the rest. that's the first tray done. Still quite a few more to do. I'll just run through you what I've done at the moment. I've got 3 rows of the Calabrese Hindman, 2 rows of the Cabbage Dutchman, 2 rows of Cauliflower Clapton, 1 row of Cauliflower Sapporo, and on the end I've got 2 rows of Cabbage Cork Greyhound. I think might put these on the sandbox with a bit of bottom heat, but I'll leave the tops open unless we've got any risk of frost, and then I'll pop some fleece over the top. So I'm going to carry on pricking the seeds out now. Although it has stopped raining, I really need to get out on the allotment because it's just dawned on me I've still got a full bed of sour palmettos still in the ground that need hauling up, but I think I'll leave that till the soil's dried out a little bit. So that's it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.